All right, welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Another chance for you to help us make Calhoun County a better and safer place by helping us lock up some bad guys. I'm your host, Chris Wright, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Matthew, good to see you.
Hey, been absent a couple of weeks. It's always good to get on the show and be around you. I love to be around the energy and helping us catch bad guys, so it works.
Now, y'all, please forgive Matthew if his shirt rips. He's flexing his muscles here, and these things are about to break wide open here. But
That's medium.
We'll try not to show any skin that's unnecessary here on the show.
Hey, that's right. But I got my vest on, just like all of our deputies do. You got to lead by example. Make sure that they're giving them something positive to follow, so they wear their safety equipment in this time that we're in.
That's not comfortable in August, is it?
It's not comfortable in August. It's hot, but it's I always want to make sure our guys are safe in everything they do.
I know your wife appreciates it.
My kids do at least. I'm not going to say my wife does or not. But hey, such is life. So,
okay.
But hey, another great week. We got 6 people put in jail, all because somebody was willing to help out, and that's something that we could bring them up and show those faces, and brings our count up to 3,764 people put in jail, all because somebody was willing to help.
As a matter of fact, we just got some information right as we were getting ready to start the show about an individual who had either been apprehended or a crime that had been figured out based on some information that somebody had called in. So we greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. This TV show, our Facebook page, we had a video we put on Facebook, and with that, people are watching and people are calling in and willing to get some of that reward money that Crime Stoppers puts out. They don't need your name, just your information. If it leads to an arrest, they do pay out. So.
All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about school. The kids are back in school now.
County schools started today, which is, and the rest of the week, some other schools will be starting, and it breaks my heart to see my kids growing up. But the bigger thing is you want everybody to be safe, especially around school buses. We put on our Facebook page when to stop for school buses. You think everybody would know that, but people run them all the time. Bus drivers call us, go, hey, I had my stop sign was out and a car come by. Well, the Calhoun County school buses are now equipped with a camera on their stop sign. So when you go by there, they're going to zip your car and possibly your tag number. Then you'll be getting a visit from us or somebody else. And you don't want to be that person on Facebook either, where somebody puts your information out there for going by a school bus, and nobody wants to live with hitting a child.
Absolutely not. I know we all are in a hurry these days, but nobody's in so much of a hurry that they can't wait for a kid to get off the school bus and cross the street. Okay?
Absolutely. Well, and my daughter will be 16 in several months, and it scares me to death, but the 3 things that get people into accidents, young drivers especially, is they speed. They're distracted driving. If they don't wear their seatbelt, that's what normally means the difference between life and death. So that's the big thing we want them to do, is to slow down, wear your seatbelt always, and don't be a distracted driver. So
pay attention to the job at hand.
That's it.
All right, we're going to get to the job at hand here in just a couple of minutes and start the lineup for this week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. We'll be right back after this break.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead,
drug addict, alcoholic,
meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston Stroud with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. In light of recent tragedy in the news, everyone seems to be discussing the dangers of leaving your child in the car. These actions raise serious risks to child care safety, and children have suffocated and died locked up in cars. You may ask, how can a parent forget a child in the car? Most parents would say there's no way that they would forget their dear child in the car. But the fact is that the people who forget children in the car are normal. They need not be very old and forgetful, they need not be overstressed, and they need not be sick. People in today's busy world are used to following a fixed routine each day, and anything done out of the routine is prone to be forgotten. So some tips to consider. Number 1, treat cars as hazardous. Some child experts believe that parents should treat cars in the same way that they would treat swimming pools. The idea is to impress on parents that leaving children in cars intentionally or unintentionally is similar to leaving a child to play alone in or near a swimming pool. Number 2, leave the diaper bag in front. This is a good suggestion to avoid forgetting the child in the back seat or child safety seat of the car. So each time you put your child in the car, keep the diaper bag next to you on the front seat. You're likely to notice the diaper bag when you get out, and then you'll not forget the child in the car. Number 3, put your purse or bag on the back seat. This is an excellent idea for both mothers and fathers to put your purse or briefcase on the seat behind next to the baby seat. You'll reach for the bag when you're getting out of the car and surely notice your child in the car. Number 4, treat the car as an extension of your home. It's a common practice for all of us to check all of the rooms, the switches, the water taps, and the doors before we leave home. This is a routine that we do over and over again, and it gets built into our daily routine. So develop and use the same concept for your car, and it will soon become a habit. When you get out of your car, make sure that the windows are turned up, the CD player is shut off. You look in the front and back seats to make sure you've not forgotten anything. Do this regularly, even when the baby's not in the car, and you'll be working towards a safer and happier tomorrow. Nothing can work better than you to save your child from a painful and agonizing end incidents like these. Give it more thought. For more parenting tips such as this, please contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up on our lineup this week, Lori Witten. Miss Witten, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear for use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And take a look at Philip Thompson. Mr. Thompson, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation revocation on criminal mischief third. And this is Ronald Claiborne. Mr. Claiborne, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on obstruction of justice by using a false ID. And we'd like you to meet Donnell Snyder. Miss Snyder, last known to be living in Ohatchee, she's wanted for failure to appear for use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And this is Erica Staples. Miss Staples, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for harassing communications and harassment. And please meet Jennifer Brown. Miss Brown, last known to be living in Oxford, she's wanted for failure to appear on possession of a controlled substance. And last up for the first half of our lineup, Shayla Shell. Miss Shell, last known to be living in Piedmont, she's wanted for failure to appear on possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
More bad guys coming up in just a few minutes, and we'll have our crazy criminal of the week as well here on the program a little bit later on. But right now, we want to welcome Julie Hope onto the show from The Right Place. Julie, it's always good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you to Katina for inviting me.
Mm-hmm. So, Julie, you guys have been doing something that's really got a lot of people excited here lately. Tell us about these homes.
Well, I will. I'll tell a little bit about The Right Place. We're a fairly new organization, a little over 3 years old, and we serve the homeless, and we try to find affordable housing options for people who are low income and don't have a safe place to call home. So the exciting project that we're working on right now, our executive director Lori Floyd and our housing case manager and office administrator Valerie and me, that's the staff, there's just 3 of us now. We collaborated with the city of Anniston using what are called home funds from HUD, Housing and Urban Development Funds, and we're building 4 tiny homes, or tiny cottages we call ours, because they're a little bit bigger than what you might see on TV.
Now, those things are all the rage these days. As a matter of fact, I know a builder friend that has started building these things, just went to a tiny home show in Birmingham, and yeah, everybody's
building one too.
They're all excited about these things.
They're on TV, and many of them are mobile. They're built on a trailer. Ours are what they call stick built. Ours are built from the ground up, and we made ours a little bit larger because we're focused on providing permanent supportive housing for someone who needs housing. So we'll be able to house them, and this can be their home as long as they need it. It will be based on their income, what rent that they pay. So ours are called cottages, and we added about 100 square feet to the plan, so it's about a total of 450 square feet to each little house. We added so that they could have a laundry room, because we figured that would be a nice addition.
And it certainly is something I appreciate having in my house.
Exactly. So they'll have kind of what my grandmother used to call a shotgun house. It's all kind of one length. Living room, kitchen kind of combined, and then a little privacy wall for a bedroom and a bath, and then their laundry room. So they'll have a cute little front porch, and the roofs that are on now, they're all going to be a different color. We're just really excited. We think it's going to be a wonderful home for somebody who may be living on the street right now.
First, true story, first house me and my wife ever had was a 10 by 40 mobile home. We had the bathroom, and then we had the rest of the house.
Yes.
And that's how we got started.
Yep.
And it was cozy. We always talk about how cozy that was, but you know, you see those plans on the internet, and they're just really neat.
Yeah, the houses are built according to HUD guidelines, and we really feel they'll be most comfortable for one person. We're allowed to have what they call 2 heartbeats live there, but it'd be really tight for 2, and it would definitely not be appropriate for a family. But we're focusing on someone who has an income, maybe someone who's on disability, perhaps a veteran, perhaps a disabled person. And so their rent and what they're responsible for is based on their income. So it'll be a way for them to have affordable housing, and then they'll get the support they need from us on staff to help them with issues like drug and alcohol abuse, addiction issues, mental health treatment needs, financing and budgeting. Many people who've lived on the streets or lived in their car or couch surfed, as they call it, with friends and family. They need some help kind of understanding what it's like to now be, this is your home. You need to budget accordingly, and you need to take care of this and be proud of this. And so we want it to be something that they can have a lot of pride in.
And transition. Don't go back to where you were, but live a new life now where you're always going to have a safe place to go. And when you do, hopefully at some point, have a family that you'll all have a safe place to go. And you know, when I drive around, I'll be honest, I'm not like the two of you. I don't see the homeless population in town. Matthew, I know you're out there meeting them where they are. Julie, you are as well, and meeting them all over the place. When I drive around, I'm normally not going to the places where they are. I'm not seeing them, but that doesn't mean they're not there.
Exactly.
A lot of times we give them a place to stay too. You know, they end up in jail. If they don't have a place to go, they're hungry, things happen. Some of them have mental issues that need help with that may or may not be available, and sometimes they end up in jail.
Through things that are technically crimes, but not really a danger to society, more a danger to themselves in the situation they're in.
You know, we're in a pickle, you might, so to speak, that they do something illegal. We have to do what we are charged to do, but that don't necessarily mean that there's not better options, ways to try to help these people to get on their feet. Like I said, I started in a 10 by 40 single wide mobile home, and you get there and you move up to the next bigger thing. I tell people, I'll tell my kids, you know, you start out with this job, you show up, work hard, bigger and better things will happen.
The cottages are very exciting, and a lot of people are buzzing about that, but we've got other things going on with the Right Place as well. We want to talk about those too in just a second. We need to take a quick break. We'll be back with the second half of this week's lineup and more about the right place and the homelessness situation in Calhoun County.
Ready for a new ride? Get ready for Rig. I'm Rig A. Marole, and I am ready with all the fancy jargon, made-up expenses, marketing gimmicks, and flat-out lies that you've come to expect when you go car shopping. You want to pay way too much for a piece of junk like this? Get a load of me. Rig A. Marole at your neighborhood used car dealer. I'll have you marolling off this lot in your new vehicle.
I'm Marty Boyles, and I guarantee no rigmarole here at Jacksonville Auto Sales. Just good cars and trucks at fair prices. We're in Jacksonville across from Walmart, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict,
alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Anthony Coffey. Mr. Coffey, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a probation violation on possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And this is Wallace Peoples. Mr. Peoples, last known to be living in Alexandria, he's wanted for failure to appear on child support, a deadbeat dad. And meet Daniel Harper. Mr. Harper, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on receiving stolen property third. And we'd like you to take a look at Kimberly Davis. Miss Davis, last known to be living in Anniston, she's wanted for failure to appear on giving false reports to law enforcement. And this is Joel Morlier. Mr. Morlier, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a probation revocation on harassment. And last up in our lineup this week, Jeffrey Offord. Mr. Offord, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for a probation violation on obstruction of justice by giving a false ID. And that's our lineup for this week. If you know the whereabouts of any of these folks, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers, 256-238-1414.
The Crime Stoppers segment of the show coming up here in just a little bit. I tell you what, August 1st was a busy day for crime in Calhoun County. We'll talk about that and other things here in just a little bit. But Julie Hope is with us from The Right Place. We're talking about homelessness, and we've been talking about these beautiful new cottages that are being offered for one or two people to live in, and that's a big step forward to help a few people, but we need to help more people. Julie, how is The Right Place and other organizations in Calhoun County, how are we helping the overall homelessness community?
Well, homelessness in rural Alabama is different from homelessness in Atlanta or San Francisco or New York. And it's often not as visible to the community, so sometimes it's easy to not think about it. So what we're trying to do is focus on an area that we feel like we're good at, and that's permanent supportive housing. So we collaborate with our community partners like Salvation Army and the shelters in the area if someone just needs a bed for the night. our goal is to get someone permanently housed.
And there are places for that.
Yes.
If people don't realize that, if you need a place to stay at night, there's a place for you.
Yes, and it's often not convenient. It's often not what they might wish for, but especially if it's someone with children or elderly or ill, then we want to get them housed safely. We don't want them on the street at night. So we work very hard to, even if it's just move-in assistance, we have funding from the Community Foundation of Northeast Alabama to help someone who maybe has a little job, they're making some money, but they don't have $1,200 to pay first month's rent and security deposit. So we can sometimes help get them moved in, and that gets them off the street. They're working now. We hope they'll be able to sustain that. We have funding from the MAC Cosmetics Company. Many of folks are familiar with their Viva Glam lipstick, and they fund us to provide support for particularly people who may be at risk for HIV/AIDS, who may be injecting drug users or may be living with HIV. So we're able to help them get move-in expenses paid. We work with the Federal Home Loan Bank out of Atlanta to do home repairs for veterans or the spouse of a veteran. So we're able to get a forgivable loan that doesn't cost the veteran anything and do usually on an average around $10,000 to $12,000 worth of repairs on their home. So our goal is that everybody needs a safe place to call home, and they need to be able to work and buy groceries and still afford their home. So we want to make the home safe, we want to make them affordable, and then in doing that, hopefully we'll eliminate homelessness in our area.
Of course, Matthew, a large part of the problem is just knowing about the services that are out there. I know at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office, you guys are trying to do a good job of making sure that the folks that you've got out there on the front lines are able to share some of that information.
Absolutely. You know, in today's world, law enforcement is expected to know each and everything there is, and that's not always the case. So having partners like Julie is paramount when you come across somebody. So we do try to steer people in the right direction, whether it be Salvation Army or wherever else, but it's a tough thing to watch.
And that 211 is a great resource, isn't it, Julie?
It is a great resource, and people need to rely on that. I think we don't advertise what they do enough. They're going to have the answers. So
if you need help or you know somebody that needs help, but you just don't know where that help is provided, there's a good chance that it's available. If you call 211, the person that answers that phone is going to know.
Yes, they're going to have a good resource list for our area, so start there.
Mm-hmm. All right, but if somebody needs to get in contact with the right place, I know you've got several applications for these cottages that you have right now, but what do they need to do to talk to you?
They can stop by. Our office is on 105 West 15th Street. We're in the Family Services Building on the second floor. They can call us at 256-238-6231. Check out our Facebook page, The Right Place Anniston, and just give us a call and see if any of our projects or programs can help them. One last project that we provide is navigator services to help them get affordable health care coverage under the Affordable Care Act. That's my primary job. So if they don't have health care coverage from their job, then talk to me. Let's see if we can help out.
And we've just got a few moments left, but real quickly, somebody that's sitting at home watching in their comfortable home and they've got maybe a little bit extra and they want to help out somebody that doesn't. How can they help?
There's a lot of ways to help. Donations are always appreciated. We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We have a wish list on our Facebook page for just kind of everyday items that we need, things like toiletries and bottled water and snacks to help someone who just comes by our office to seek information. So check out the wish list there. Just give us a call. If they want to sponsor one of the cottages, we've got some great volunteers who are already working. They've found beds and furniture and tables and chairs, and we're hearing great things that our 4 cottage residents are going to be able to move in completely furnished. So we have some great volunteers. We have a great board of directors working with us.
That's awesome, Julie. Thank you for being on the show and keep up the good work.
Okay, thanks for having me.
If you want to find them on Facebook or search for them anywhere, The Right Place is the name of the organization. We'll be right back with the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our crazy criminal on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU. A new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
I have a lot of land that I have to keep up. I'd recommend Mahindra. I've never had any trouble with mine. Like I said, I do a lot of bush hogging. I do a lot of garden tilling. The service department has been great. Every time I've ever called or needed anything done, they have done it for me.
Hey folks, come see us at Foothills Tractor. We're your one-stop shop for anything you need. Locally owned, locally operated, give you the best customer service guaranteed.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict,
Alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch like me.
I once was.
Homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost.
but now I am.
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put on your deer stalkers and help our investigators with these cases. First up on your caseload this week, on August 1st, a utility trailer was stolen from a residence on Highway 78 East in Anniston. The homeowner had video surveillance, and it shows that the theft was committed by someone driving a red or maroon-colored Chevrolet Tahoe. And also on August 1st, the Pack-a-Sack on Highway 9 and Highway 78 was burglarized. The safe was stolen, and the video showed that 3 suspects committed this crime. And sometime again on August 1st, a residence on County Line Road was burglarized. They got away with televisions and cash. And last up on our caseload this week, also on August 1st, Mellon Bridge Storage was burglarized. A large amount of power tools were stolen from that location. So if you have any information on these cases, and we hope you do, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers, 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
All right, our crazy criminals, sometimes we go all over the world, sometimes we don't have to go very far at all. Let's go ahead and show you some video that we have from right here in Calhoun County of somebody who stole a couple of items. And Matthew, if you will, tell us what happened here.
All right, this house is in the southern part of our county, close to Highway 9 out on the east side. This guy here comes to a home. I actually happen to know these people. So he comes to their house. He's riding
the people of the home, right?
I know the people of the home. I know the homeowners here. So you see him leaving with a trailer. Well, they have security cameras there, but as they're coming, you see him pull up here. I call him the potty mouth burglar.
Okay.
Because he pulls up, he gets out of his car here, he steals this bottle of water. What's interesting is the homeowner had the bottle of water outside because their dog had urinated all over it. So, you know, we hope he enjoys the water as he's driving off with their stolen trailer. But we want people to look at this, look at the vehicle, and if you know who this person is, call us, call Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. You know, any information they give leads to an arrest, they'll get a reward for it, and we don't have to have their name to make that happen.
And if somebody's trying to sell you bottled water on the street, no.
Yeah,
especially, not interested.
Especially if it has a yellow tint to it. So, you know, I think the homeowner said enjoy the water. So.
That's all the time that we have for today. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.